What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, coming at you with your WWE news and rumors for this week ending March 24th, 2013. Before I get into the news and rumors, guys, I just want to tell each and every one of you thank you. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my last video. I just reached 1,500 subscribers and growing. I should be at 1,600 before the weekend is up. Thank you, everybody that's been joining my family here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. Without you guys, this channel is nothing. So I greatly appreciate everything that you guys have done to show your support, and I love you all. Secondly, I want to get you guys amped up for my Wrestlemania 29 previews and predictions. I'm going to be bringing it to you this Sunday. I just finished the commentary for you. Everything that's in this commentary is thought out, provocative. It's got it all. I put a lot into this commentary, so hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys agree with my opinions and my thoughts on Wrestlemania and the matches that are going to be at Wrestlemania. So, some of them you might not agree with, but it's for topic and discussion. So if you guys want to discuss, that's why I do this. I want to interact with you guys. I want to meet a bunch of new people who are into the WWE. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy bringing the news and rumors to you guys because it's a part of my everyday life, and I want to bring it to you guys. So, I hope you enjoy that. So look out for that this Sunday. All right, so let's get right into the news, guys. I'm going to start off. There's nothing really so important that I have to make it the top subject this week, but I'm going to just go down the list that I have, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on everything that happened this week. So let's get right into it. First of all, Rey Mysterio. All right, Rey Mysterio, there's a strong concern about his WWE future. This has led WWE officials being really worried about a top Latin babyface more than ever. The feeling is that Alberto Del Rio hasn't gotten over like they want, and Sin Cara has been written off as a flop, and Mysterio is always injured. Now, Rey Mysterio is aging, okay? He's old, plain and simple. It comes with the territory. Realistically, how many times can you have knee surgery and come back from all these surgeries that he has and perform at a high level like we know Rey Mysterio can perform at? I know the WWE wants that Latin influence, but you're never going to replace a Rey Mysterio, and it's going to be a very long time till they get the right guy to fill his spot. Del Rio just doesn't have the personality, in my honest opinion. Great in the ring, but doesn't possess that likable quality that Rey Mysterio possessed. So it's going to be tough for Del Rio to get over like that. It may take a few years. They're not going to turn Del Rio like that overnight. You're not going to turn him into the next Mysterio. Mysterio is one of a kind. You're never going to find anyone like that ever again. But I don't think Del Rio's cutting it as the top Latin babyface. So that's just my honest opinion on that. Some people in WWE believe that because Alberto Del Rio is a babyface, he no longer needs Ricardo Rodriguez at his side. Ricardo is expected to be off TV for a week or so following the attack from Jack Swagger on Monday Night Raw. I'm not a big fan of Del Rio, like I said, but he's great in the ring. Ricardo Rodriguez is the best thing about Del Rio's act, hands down. I'm going to be pulling for Jack Swagger to take the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 29. Like I said, for Ricardo Rodriguez, he's the best thing about Del Rio's act, hands down. His presence is needed, and if he isn't there, it will just make Del Rio's stale character much worse. Next, we have CM Punk news. Now, this was pretty big. A lot of people are not happy with his backstage segment at Monday Night Raw where he juggled around Paul Bearer's urn to taunt The Undertaker. The feeling was that it wasn't good as the Punk Bearer Taker stuff from the week prior, and this one was bad for WWE and just bad in general. On a related note, it said that there's some kind of issue between CM Punk and WWE Creative right now, but nobody knows what those problems are. I have not uncovered what those problems are as of yet. As soon as I hear anything, you guys are going to be the first ones to hear it on my channel. But I touched on this in my Monday Night Raw review for this week's show. I love CM Punk. He's my favorite wrestler hands down right now. But to me, as a fan, it may have been in bad taste and should have been avoided, the segment that happened on Monday Night Raw where he was juggling the urn. I understand why they did it as far as the storyline purpose goes, but something like that, especially after the death of someone like Paul Bearer, for that to happen, it's just too soon to be done on TV. I also don't like the way that they're portraying Punk's heel character in this angle, and I'll tell you why. He's the best in the world, alright? Make him seem like a threat to the Undertaker streak at WrestleMania. The way I see it is that they're building the angle around the stolen urn and building up the fans' anticipation for the Undertaker to punish and get his hands on CM Punk. Punk should be built as a threat. I just don't see that being done right now, especially with 2 weeks left till WrestleMania. I don't see the WWE going in that route. As far as the angle, I'm sure this went through The Undertaker and Paul Bearer's family. If anyone, especially The Undertaker, had a problem with it, it would have been put on TV. You know, and I read earlier today that Paul Bearer's family signed off on this angle and storyline, so they gave their thumbs up, they gave their blessing. So if Paul Bearer's family is okay with it, if it's being done for the good of the business, if it's done for The Undertaker at WrestleMania, it's all good. ESPN's article. It was an article on ESPN.com that took a shot at Monday Night's Raw this past Monday, stating that it will go down as one historically bad night in wrestling on television, and a clear signal that they need to end the 3-hour experiment. As far as the ratings for Monday Night Raw this past Monday, down again. 3.09 cable TV rating, averaged 4.26 million viewers. Raw did 4.25 million viewers the first hour, 4.4 the second hour, and 4.1 the third hour. WWE will be doing a WrestleMania Rewind edition of Raw, where they do rematches for big WrestleMania events from the years prior. I'm assuming that's going to be the last Raw before WrestleMania, but Raw was terrible, and the WrestleMania build has been dreadful and painful to watch. I'm sure you guys can agree with me. SmackDown, it's 7:30 here in New York. SmackDown, if you guys seen the spoilers, doesn't look any better at all. It actually looks just as worse, just as bad as Monday Night Raw that I read this week. And I usually don't watch SmackDown, so I'm not even going to tune in to bother watching that bullshit. WWE needs to put top-notch, can't-miss TV on USA Network and on Sci-Fi for these final 2 weeks. They just do. To even bring WrestleMania to somewhat of a decent build, they need to put on 5-star TV, 5-star matches. They gotta pull the fucking rabbit out of their hat, because right now they're failing badly. I like the idea of WrestleMania Rewind, but I actually have no faith in WWE to put on any good TV right now after what I've seen on Monday Night Raw. And I love WWE. I'm not bashing the product. I love WWE. I will always stand behind them. But I know bad TV when I see it. So I'm not complaining, for those who think I'm complaining. There has been some talk of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns going over Randy Orton, Sheamus, and The Big Show at WrestleMania 29, leading to the long-awaited Orton heel turn. Another big heel turn in the works may be Kofi Kingston. It makes sense for the Shield to remain undefeated and strong, so hopefully the WWE goes that route. If they lose all their momentum that they build up for all these months. Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show can certainly afford a loss, as it will do nothing for them. The Shield have more to gain here. You got to go for the business aspect of it. As far as Orton's heel turn goes, I know I've had a few subscribers ask me, when is his heel turn coming? Hopefully that clears up some of your questions. And I think an event like WrestleMania will be the perfect stage for that to happen. Kofi Kingston, on the other hand, I have no idea why they want to turn him heel. I have no idea how that will work, actually. We've seen him as a face for too long, so seeing him as a heel may take some time getting used to. He obviously hasn't broken through as a face. I know everybody wants Kofi in the main event scene, but WWE just doesn't have the faith to put him there. So maybe a heel turn, if done correctly, will be the one thing to get him over that hump. The Divas match at WrestleMania 29, everybody's asking if the Divas are going to be at WrestleMania, may end up being an 8 Divas action tag team match. The Bella Twins, Layla, and Tamina versus Caitlyn, Cameron, Naomi, and TV personality Maria Menounos. Who cares? Next article. I don't care about the Divas, especially if they haven't been showcased on WrestleMania, Road to WrestleMania. The fuck am I going to care about them for? A lot of creative changes went down within the WWE around the time of this year's Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Vince McMahon hasn't been happy with the booking of WWE's undercard for a while, which is the main reason why Eric Pankowski got fired 2 weeks ago. I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this on my channel for months. So why haven't things been done to rectify this problem? Growing up as a child, the WWE's undercard was at times better than their main event. Easily. Easily, it was better than their main event scene. When they had guys like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, Razor Ramon, Jeff Jarrett, carrying around the Intercontinental title, the Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, you name it. It was one belt as a child I wanted more than any belt because of who held that title. The feuds for that title were legendary. There is not one guy on the WWE roster I can be invested in that currently sits in the mid-card right now. I can't. Besides Wade Barrett, because I think Wade Barrett is a future star, a future world champion in the WWE. Dolph Ziggler should be main eventing pay-per-views, but the WWE is holding him back for whatever reason, and no one understands why. He's also one of my guys. He's the future of the company. The WWE has the tools, especially with the guys that they don't feature on TV, to have a blossoming mid-card scene, to get people excited. Start a tournament that will carry over through all the shows. Feature guys the audience isn't used to seeing. Make them feel important. Make the IC title feel important. Build it up to a big match on pay-per-view and get the ball rolling. It's not that hard. But like I've been saying, I don't work for WWE, so my ideas are useless. I just have you guys to explain my thoughts and opinions to. That's all I have. As noted before, the current plan for Triple H is to defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 29. The big issue is that WWE officials want Lesnar to headline WrestleMania 30 against The Rock, so he shouldn't be doing any jobs right now. Regarding The Rock versus Brock Lesnar, the plan is to do a subtle tease with the two on Monday Night Raw the night after WrestleMania this year. The idea is to only do a tease and not push too hard so the fans won't expect it's happening at SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar should not lose at WrestleMania. He should not lose at WrestleMania. At all. Triple H doesn't need a win. He has nothing more to prove. Nothing. You know? For him to as a wrestler, to defeat Brock Lesnar, it's not going to do anything for Triple H's career. He's just going to go back and work in his office in Stamford, Connecticut. That's it. He just signed Brock Lesnar to a 2-year contract extension. Okay? What they promised, I know this for a fact, a promised WWE title reign. The guy needs to be built as a beast. An unstoppable force. Lesnar needs to take care of Triple H, then move on to his next target, which is The Rock. How do you have Lesnar lose at WrestleMania to Triple H, then transition him into a feud with The Rock? Is The Rock? I'm sure The Rock's going to lose at WrestleMania. I'm sure Lesnar is going to lose at WrestleMania. So you got two guys on losing their big matches at WrestleMania, coming together for a match at next year's WrestleMania. How do you build a storyline from that? It doesn't make any sense. But all I know is that if the match is planned, WrestleMania 30 right now looks to be better on paper than this garbage that the WWE will have on pay-per-view in 2 weeks. One WWE source notes that regardless of what WWE decides to do with Jack Swagger's push in the next few months, they expect Zeb Coulter's character to be kept around. There's also belief that WWE will keep Dutch Mantel, Zeb Coulter, the man behind Coulter, employed in some capacity. If you guys don't know who Zeb Coulter is, aka Dutch Mantel, he's a former wrestler, former play-by-play announcer, manager, promoter, back in the day with WCW, WWF. He has a great mind for the business, from what I hear and from what I read, and it's going to be a great asset for him to be on camera and off. I hope this is true because at this point they have done a decent job with Swagger where I can't really see him without Zeb Coulter. He needs Zeb Coulter. The character needs a manager. Word going around is that Punk may not be working most live events here in the United States once WrestleMania is over, leaving John Cena to once again be the top draw for Monday Night Raw. Punk not working live events after WrestleMania is expected to be short-term and not long-term in any way. Punk taking time off, there's a feeling that he has helped carry the company for a while, and now the WWE wants to protect their investment. I fully agree with this. Punk works his ass off. He's given us his blood, his sweat, his tears for the last year and a half during his entire 434-day title reign. Now he's going into the Undertaker, banged up from what I hear. He's got an elbow problem. Still not fully recovered from his knee surgery. Miz dropped him on his head, botched a suplex at a Raw live event a couple of weeks back. So obviously I understand that WWE wants to protect their investment. Punk is going to be an integral part in the WWE success for 2013 and going forward into the future. He is going to be the face of the company, whether you like him or you hate him. He is fighting The Undertaker at WrestleMania with a shot to break the streak. If he breaks the streak, he's the greatest of all time. If not, I don't know how they're going to give him, they're going to give him the time off, but I don't know how you're going to have him come back from that and build up his character. That's the one thing I'm afraid of. I'm going to talk about that in my WrestleMania 29 preview and predictions this Sunday, guys. So make sure you tune to YouTube and check that out. I'm out. I'll talk to you all later. Take care. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment, rate, subscribe. I'll talk to you next week, guys. Peace.